And now the government is talking about drafting people to be euthanized. If any of your names were called, I couldn't live with myself.
Yeah, but they won't call our names.
You don't know that.
I do. And even if they did, they can't call all of us.
Sorry, I can't do it.
That's a look at the new Canadian thriller Humane, starring Jay Baruchel, Peter Gallagher, and Schitt's Creek's Emily Hampshire. The dystopian satire takes place months after a global ecological collapse, prompting world leaders to take extreme, and I mean extreme measures, to reduce the Earth's population. It's the feature film debut of renowned Canadian photographer Cronenberg, and she joins me now.
Hello.
Hello. Please tell me you do not envision this as our future, because it is terrifying.
I think satire is the key word here,
Yes.
right? We're really going to lean into the fact that this
that.
is something that we're not expecting to have happen.
Right.
But, you know, it's not a terrible thing to put yourself in that position and say, what would I do?
It's true. And I feel like at this point in time, I almost believe anything could happen.
I truly believe anything can happen. You know, this film was written, the script was written before the pandemic. So if you had told me when I was reading the script for the first time that months later we would be in a global pandemic, I would have said you're absolutely out of your mind.
Absolutely.
And then here we are, you know, we've lived through it, and things can happen that you don't expect.
I'm the oldest of 5 kids, so I always love when movies depict large families.
Yes.
I love a good family drama. How would you describe this family? Because there's a lot going on.
You know, I think this is a family that is as dysfunctional as, I want to say, most families.
You can say it.
But in a satirical kind of extra way.
Yeah.
You know, each sibling really takes a journey through the course of this film. You know, Jay Baruchel is the oldest, and he and Emily Hampshire play the kind of cliquier 2 siblings, and then they have these 2 younger siblings with a bit of an age gap. It's a family. You know, what else can you say? They're a family. They all have their quirks. They rib each other, and then hopefully they love each other like a little bit. But you know.
Yeah, hopefully the traumatic point in the world, they bonds them.
Sure, it's trauma bonding. It's a real
trauma
thing.
bonding.
Yeah.
It was really fun because this cast, I mean, first of all, I see Peter Gallagher. I'll watch anything he does.
Of course.
And then you have our Canadian talents, you know, Jay Baruchel, Emily Hampshire. What was it like working with that crew?
Oh, man. I honestly feel like I just won the lottery. Yeah. This cast gave me everything I could have dreamed of and more. Jay and Emily have known each other a really long time. They've worked together. So they have this, you know, this shorthand and this rapport that makes them incredibly believable siblings, but also just puts me at ease and puts everybody else at ease, because you're in the hands of professionals here. You know, this is my first time directing a film, and to be able to do that with seasoned actors who have so much experience and so much to teach, it just felt like I was the luckiest person in the world.
Yeah. We were talking right before the camera started rolling, and I've interviewed your dad, David Cronenberg, who, of course, is the godfather of body horror. I've interviewed your brother, Brandon. They've all, you know, obviously some very well-known horror films. Do you feel pressure to play in that genre?
You know, I think if this were my first career, maybe I would have, but being a photographer for this long, I feel like I know my style. I know what I'm, you know, here to set out in front of me. So I think there will be some Cronenberg horror fans who are expecting certain things of this film and of me just based
There's some
on...
good scenes in this.
I mean, you know, we're not here to be too tame either, but I feel that I happily very much have my own style, my own voice, and I'm very happy to be able to share that. And I think that's what makes it the most fun to have a family of filmmakers, because everybody gets to do something a little bit different.
You talk about your career as a photographer. I'm sorry, can I just geek out with you? Drake's 2016 album, Views, you did the cover for that basically everybody was recreating.
Yeah.
On the CN Tower.
I didn't know about going viral until that happened to me.
It was wild.
It was the most insane experience of my life. I think I was sitting at the dinner table, it was like Passover, and all of a sudden my phone started blowing up, and I was like, what is happening?
Yeah.
And that photo just became everywhere. Definitely did not anticipate that when we shot it.
That's pretty cool though, right?
I mean, it's very cool.
You can be like Drake, no big deal.
Hey, so now my kids think that I'm cool because of that.
That's good.
And it took until this age of like 8 years old to be like, oh, my mom took that picture. Yeah. My mom is actually a cool person.
That's
okay.
Hey, listen, if you have the kids, you have their approval, that's a huge step.
Yeah, and their friends think it's cool.
Oh, okay, well, that's even bigger.
It is.
Okay,
it is.
now they have credit. Okay, and so you have your 2 kids. You also have a dog that you just brought into the family, King. Can we just geek out about King for a second? Oh, there's King.
Oh my God, there's my puppy. Oh my God, can you even? He is the sweetest puppy ever in the world. He is so cute. He's so sweet. He's active. He's nippy, but he's a baby. No, it was like, it's brutal leaving him now. To go to work. I know. I love him so much. I'm like gonna go home after this and snuggle him. It's pretty fun to have a puppy.
And you have a pretty busy household now.
It's very busy. We have a lot of boys in the house, but it's that's what keeps life interesting, and it also keeps your head on your shoulders when you this is your life, and then you go home and
it gets real.
It gets real.
Yeah.
And I think it's a nice balance.
Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations on all your success. I hope we get to see you direct again.
I hope so too. Really.
Love it. No, very impressed with your directorial debut. And
Thank you.
Catch Humane in theaters next Friday. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.